Hi guys, this is Sliver here, and in this video I spent over 100,000 Murmuring Obols in Vessel of Hatred to test whether it's worth farming Obols to get unique items, mythic unique items, and items with greater affixes in Vessel of Hatred. I used the following methodology. I recorded the total number of items I got from the Purveyor of Curiosity, then I recorded the number of unique items, ancestral items, also known items with greater affixes, and mythic unique items, and calculated their percentage based on the amount of total items. As I said, we spent over 100,000 Obols on this, so let's go and see what happened. So you can see that we're about to buy items from the Purveyor of Curiosities, and you will also be able to see that during the first 25 items that we buy, we do not get a single ancestral or unique item or mythic unique item for that matter. However, in the second 25 batch, so in the first 50 items, we get an item with greater affixes. In the third 25 items, we get a unique item, as you can see. If you want to take a look at the items that we get, I will hover over them and you can pause the video to see for yourself what we got. Also, the percentages are going to be updated after each attempt. So you can see that right now we have a 1.3% chance of getting a unique based on our results. But this is going to change as our sample size increases and as we find unique and ancestral items during this test. At the beginning, the percentages are going to vary widely because of the small sample size, but during the later part of this video, the percentages are going to move less and less as they stabilize around their supposed real value. So if we take a look at our results at this early stage of the run, we can see that 4 unique items dropped out of 325 attempts, and this accounts for around 1.2% chance. In terms of items with greater affixes, also known as ancestral items, we see that only 3 of them dropped in around 400 attempts, which is a very low 0.8 or 0.75% chance. And we didn't get any mythic uniques at all. I have to mention that the percentage values are rounded up or down to 1 decimal, so if you see any inconsistencies in terms of the percentages, that is most likely because of the rounding. It is less likely because of me not seeing an item or calculating badly. But if I miss an item that I didn't note in our table, then please let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. I will also say that I consider our sample size quite good for this test. I will spoil that by the end of our testing, we will have around 2,000 attempts in getting an item from the Purveyor, and I consider this really good. So our values at the end should reflect the real values pretty well, in my opinion. Of course, you will find commenters that will say that this is a very small sample size, but in this case, I believe that our sample size is decent for our testing, at the very least. So looking at the results so far, we've had around 700 attempts, and out of those 700 attempts, we got 6 and 8 unique and ancestral items respectively, which means a 0.8 and a 1.0 chance of getting an item for unique items and ancestral items respectively. You will see that this is going to change a lot if you continue watching the video, because it seems like that unique items have a lot lower drop chance from the Purveyor as compared to items with greater affixes. And of course, this means that it is very rare to see items that are unique and have greater affixes, also known as ancestral unique items, in the Purveyor of Curiosities. So if you're farming for ancestral unique items, then you definitely shouldn't use this farm because there's a very low chance of getting those items with the purveyor. I believe that I will get one single such item. I will mention it when we get there. And this is part of the reason why I'm surprised at the really low rate of uniques dropping from the purveyor. You see the chance of getting a unique is less than 1%, and it will go even further below that. And I don't really know why, because uniques by themselves are not very strong. You need an ancestral unique for an endgame item. So just getting a regular unique shouldn't be that rare, in my opinion. Of course, even the slight chance of getting a unique item is already a step up from what we saw in previous seasons, so we're going to take what we get, right? Anyway, we are approaching the 1200th attempt, and at this point we are getting to the numbers that are close to final. So at this point, at 1200 attempts, we have 9 unique items contributing to 0.7% and 17 ancestral items contributing to 1.4% chance, and we still do not have a mythic unique. Of course, whether it will be worth farming obols or not doesn't only depend on the results or the rewards of what you get from obols, but also on how fast you'll be able to farm obols. Currently, we're not sure about the most common, most efficient way to farm obols, but based on previous seasons, the pits were the best way to get obols really fast. And hopefully it stays that way, because you were able to get 2000 obols in a very short amount of time. And I believe this is where I get my single ancestral unique that we get during this run. I think it's very good, and I'm going to put it out on the screen for longer so you can see it. And I'm really sad that I got this on the PTR and not in the live game, because I think I will never be able to get such a good item in the live servers. Anyway, we're closing in on 1600 tries, and at this point we got 11 unique items, which contributes to 0.7%, and 25 ancestral items, which contributes to 1.6% chance. And once again, we weren't able to get any mythic unique items, so it seems that this will not be the best way to farm mythic uniques, but I don't think many people expected Obols to be a good way to farm mythic unique items. It would have too much RNG, and I would say that it's very likely that people are going to complain if this was the best way to get mythic uniques. So this is probably for the best. And now we are approaching the end of this test, and we're going to get the test results very soon, and we're about to analyze them for a little bit. So based on our test, you have around a 1.4% chance of getting an ancestral item when you receive any item from the purveyor of curiosities, and you have around half of this, around 0.6% chance of getting a unique item when you receive any item from the purveyor of curiosities. The chance of getting a mythic unique is much lower than that, and I definitely don't recommend farming mythic uniques this way. If you found this video useful, then feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Thanks.